Hey everyone, it's Mr. Wildboy94. I hope you're doing well today. I have another short story review from H.P. Lovecraft in the complete fiction from Barnes & Noble's leather-bound copy thing. I love this book. I don't really love the contents most of the time. I hate, if you guys happen to be a major H.P. Lovecraft fan, you've probably been watching this video, or these videos, because I've been doing reviews on all the H.P. Lovecraft stories. I plan on finishing all the reviews for all the stories in here. Not like the essays and garbage like that. I don't care about that. I might read it, but I don't really care about it enough to review it. So, as I go through these, I kind of want to talk about some things here and there. Dagon is the new story. Of course, I think there's a movie on this, like from the 80s or the 90s. It was early, one of the two of them, I think, or late 80s. I don't know. I haven't seen that. I hope it's good. I've heard people say it's good. I might even check it out now. Now, I said in my previous review, the one for the tomb, that I'm also not thrilled with Dagon, and you can probably already tell from my general personality so far, I'm not thrilled with the Dagon. It's fine. It's, once again, just fine. It's my same concept issue with Lovecraft. I say this in all my reviews, constantly with him. Very, very rarely do I love a short story from Lovecraft. It's not that I think he's bad or anything. Again, it's just execution for me. Writing style, the kind of weird vocabulary that's used. It's a lot smarter than I am, therefore it's like me trying to read a technical paper. I'm not the right audience for it. But I still respect the man enough to at least try reading all of his stuff and doing reviews for it. It's not just about views or anything like that. Okay, it might be a little bit, but it's also a matter of I'm a horror review channel. I review other things that's not horror for books on this channel. Why not talk about one of the people who are considered the pillars of horror? He's one of the early people. You know, people knew about Lovecraft before they knew about Stephen King. The people knew about Lovecraft before they knew about Richard Matheson, before they knew about Jonathan Mayberry, Brian Keene, Jack Ketchum, all these people. Lovecraft was before them, even though Edgar Allan Poe was before him. Dagon is a very... It's a half and half story. Like I said, with The Tomb and with The Alchemist, even though I like Alchemist more than this, and more than The Tomb, this one is about 4.5 pages long. Not very long at all. And again, it has the problem of the concept, in my opinion, being better than the actual story that you're reading, the execution of it, the first-person narration of it. It just doesn't thrill me. It's kind of an interesting setup for the story. There's basically a guy who's on a ship, and, well, let me backtrace just a little bit. He's actually going insane after he had witnessed something from a big adventure he went on. And he starts writing down this stuff and thinking back to what happened to him back in the day. He was on a ship. His ship and teammates, or shipmates, whatever, they all got captured by some people. We don't really know much about that. This is literally all said in the first 2 paragraphs of this 4.5 page story. He escapes. He finds himself in a small boat. He gets onto an island, or some kind of weird island thing. And for a few days he has to stay in the boat because the land itself is so wet. I guess from some kind of storm. I don't really know. I don't know. It might just be the texture of the island to begin with. But once he gets to the 3rd or 4th day, he basically says, oh, well, you know, the ground is firm enough that now I can walk on it. He starts walking around, and he finds some weird things and some hieroglyphic-looking stuff. Not in an Egyptian way, either. Just some weird stuff that he saw, some pictures written on the walls or whatever. And it weirds him out. And it's your typical Lovecraft character going insane, thinking about something that already happened to him type of story. If you love that type of thing, Dagon will be for you. I think I enjoyed this back when I read it for the first time ever. I think I didn't really click with it until the finale, like the final page and a half. And that's fine for a short story. It's not a big deal. You'll fly through this in 10 minutes reading it. I'm just not in love with it. I've never been in really big-time love with it. I just kind of enjoyed it the first time I read it. This time around, again, I have kind of a shrug-my-shoulders type of reaction to it, just like I did with The Tomb, just like I did with The Alchemist, pretty much. It's not great, but it's certainly not bad. I don't want anybody to think that. It's just not bad. This, to me, is one of the most underwhelming Lovecraft stories out there. And with that being said, of the, again, about 1/3 or 1/4 of his stuff that I've read, I would say that that should say a lot, because he at least would get a decent review out of me, even though it doesn't sound super positive. At least it's well written. At least it's a good concept, even if I don't love the execution of it. There's a lot of books out there I feel that way about. Movie novelizations are a great example. They typically have the really solid story with really solid dialogue for things like Halloween 2018, and then the actual novel writing is very lackluster. Very, very lackluster. But anyway, when it comes to Dagon, I'm not thrilled with it. As you can tell, I hope the movie's better. I heard the movie was really goofy, but the story is not really a massive foundation to build that good movie on, is it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, Dagon, if I had to rate... I thought there was a bug on the floor crawling towards my foot. I was about to scream. And you're about to have that in a video. It didn't happen, though. You're welcome. If I had to rate this story on a 5-star basis, I'd probably give Dagon about a 3 out of 5 stars. I know it doesn't seem like I'm super thrilled about it, but 3 out of 5, as I said in my previous reviews, in case you haven't seen that, is just fine. It's tolerable. You know, it's relatively entertaining for a short story that's 4.5 pages. What can I complain about, you know? But I have read scary stories to tell in the dark, and I will say Alvin Schwartz can do it better in like 2 pages. Anyway, that's just me throwing some shade. I'm sorry. I'm a prima donna. What do you want me to tell you? 3 out of 5 stars for Dagon. Do you guys love Dagon? Have you seen the movie? Let me know all that down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you have to say about it. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know all that down below too. What's your favorite, again, Lovecraft story? If this happens to be the first video of mine you've happened to watch, please respond to that down in the comment section. I'd love to hear your recommendations, even though I'll probably get to them at some point, God willing. Anyway, what do you think about Lovecraft? Put all that down in the comment section down below, especially about Dagon and its movie, as I said. Thank you for watching, guys. 3 out of 5 stars again. God bless you, and goodbye.